Lakers get the win over the Raptors. They go to 4-1 on this East Coast trip. They are 10 games over 500, and they're still in ninth place, which is crazy. But they used a 36-21 third quarter and a dominant second half the game to blow this open and kind of cruise. It was nice to have one of those.
Yeah, I mean, Geeter, after the the 3 games they won prior to that, this was a must-win against a subpar team. And, they needed to just win the game. And they went in and took care of business. You can talk about the stats as much as you want, but I think they just need to get this victory against a poor team, and they did that.
Yeah, I mean, in a back-to-back situation, oftentimes you set yourself up for success by taking care of business the first night. And this was a professional win. Like these are the types of games that, like, when you're a professional team that has high expectations for yourself, this is the game that you show up, you take care of business, get out of town, and move on and close out the road trip.
Yeah, you speak of professional, 38 assists for the Lakers. Really efficient. They outscored Toronto by 24 from the three-point line. Even though the Lakers are shooting threes better this year than they have in 10 years, it's not a lot of times where they shoot a lot and really, bludgeon a team from the three-point line. Today was that day. So a couple really good things I saw from them. You're right, D-Fish. Now, you got to be professional one more game. You got to get through customs as quickly as you can.
Not easy.
Not easy.
Yeah.
You're playing in D.C. tomorrow.
So
you got to finish that road trip 5-1 and keep putting pressure on the Phoenix Suns and the Sacramento Kings. Phoenix has the hardest schedule in the NBA over their final 7 games. So the Lakers need to keep putting away these teams below 500. Keep those teams, make those teams win. So if they start to falter, you might sneak out of that 9-10 game.
This trap game going into D.C., you got to be careful.
Let's start with D'Lo. D'Lo had a big game, 25 points. Big game, we call it a heater. 7-of-14 from 3. We thought he had 8, but they took one away after review. But he was, lights out tonight. Also had 7 assists.
Yeah, he's a major threat because he does several things. He's a big threat from behind the arc, obviously. He's one of the best in the league at doing what he does.
Yeah, I mean, D'Angelo is the direct beneficiary and probably the leading cause of, like, the increase in just the sheer volume of threes that the Lakers really needed to be shooting. They are now shooting 41 three-point attempts tonight.
It's a lot for them.
There are a lot of nights where barely getting to the high 20s it just wasn't natural in the DNA for the team over the last 4 or 5 years. So when you get into mid-30s, 40 three-point attempts, for a guy that can shoot the ball as well as D'Angelo does, not necessarily as great getting downhill and attacking the paint to score. So an increase in threes that's what's going to benefit D'Angelo. Being able to shoot this many threes in a game, 14 three-point attempts by himself. That historically was half of the threes the Lakers would shoot in an entire game.
Yeah.
That is what helps move the scoreboard, and it's energizing the team in general. You may not shoot as high a percentage as he's shooting, but they need the volume in order to be able to compete against the best teams.
I love what you have brought up before, educating fans and stuff about, the Lakers were built around your 2 best players are paint guys.
Yeah.
So you're not going to shoot as many threes as the Warriors or other teams like the modern NBA is. But right now you see that ball moving, and the way the Lakers are playing and the way they're spreading the floor, those threes are starting to come like you guys have talked about. So it's been great to see kind of the evolution of this team. Perez, let's kind of switch gears and go to LeBron. What's funny about LeBron is just a couple nights ago, he's 9 for 10. The greatest night ever in Laker history from 3 percentage-wise with at least 10 attempts. And tonight he shoots 1. Yeah, and he goes to the paint and does his work and goes for 23 on 12 shots, 10 of 12, and also has 9 assists. And just kind of another day at the office.
He can't score 40 every night, right?
Yeah, it's another day at the office.
Yeah, so I kind of
less than 30 minutes, too.
Yeah, that's
29 minutes.
Yeah, great thing about this game, he barely played in the fourth quarter.